Hello, good morning. Let me go post our link over on the website so everybody knows we're up and live and ready to roll. I'm a little late getting in here. Guitar lesson always takes longer than I think it's going to. You're going to get the link and the paperwork and the sheet music and all that good stuff at jollyrogerukulele.com. It's the greatest website in the history of the world, except for Google. And you should all be going there on a weekly basis to get your next songs. All right, update and update. All right, so I think, did I put that in the right spot? TuffUke, March 26th, 10 a.m. All right, so that should get everybody in here. Let's make sure it works properly. View page. We've got all kinds of stuff to play today. I'm going to go as fast as I possibly can. We'll probably create as many questions as I answer. And I don't know, what are you going to do? All right, March 26th. We're doing the Make a Better Bar worksheet today. We're going to sing Kookaburra. As you know, I'm a great singer, so you're in for a treat. We're going to be playing our major scale, learning how to do that. And then we're going to play the entire Menuett suite. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I've been playing it a lot lately, so that'll be scary. Hopefully you'll do well. And then we'll take a look at Beethoven's for Elise. In Book 3, we're going to play When You Wish Upon a Star, and then I'm going to send you over to page to start taking a peek at Siúil, Shanandoah River, and River in Judea, which I have not written yet, but we'll talk about that at the end of the lesson. I'm glad to have you here. Some of you are watching this live, and you're my favorite people in the whole world, and some of you are watching this on repeat that I don't know. And, you're the worst people in the world. No, I'm glad you're here, watching or not watching live, whatever. I see that Beverly is here. Good morning from Denver. Beverly, I live in Denver. How come I don't know you? Do I know you? Have we met? I hope we've met. I don't know. It doesn't. It's very exciting. Beverly and I are having pretty good weather. It's a little on the cold side. You know, we're kind of, Denver's, back in the day whenever they had Monday Night Football, it was always snowing like crazy, and people got this notion it snows like crazy here. What they don't know is we have almost perfect weather most of the time here, and so don't tell anybody, Beverly. Let's see. Kat is here. Kat is in from Texarkana. They have as far as I can tell, they have the worst weather anywhere. I'm glad you're here, Kat. Philip is here. He's from east of Denver, right? We forgive him for that. Fran is in from New Jersey. Good to see you, Fran. And oh, you're in the Thursday class. Oh, how exciting! Do I know? Oh, Beverly. See, I'm going to learn everybody's name. That's the worst thing I do is in my local classes, until you're a problem, I don't necessarily learn your name. And Beverly's not a problem. So glad to see you, Beverly. I'm so glad you're here. And Bruce is in. Good morning. It's Rosemary from Revelstoke. Where's Revelstoke, Rosemary? Good to see you. Philip is admitting to living in Aurora. I always say east of Denver because in my mind, anything past Colorado Boulevard might as well be. They could just chop the earth off at Colorado Boulevard. I got no use for anything over there. It's just so much crazy over there. You can't even believe it. I live in downtown Denver. Where obviously there's nothing crazy down here. Ridiculous. Hey guys, so glad you're joining me for a Thursday morning, Sunday morning. And so those of you who are watching the review or the replay, please know that we do this every other Sunday morning. Next Sunday is Easter. We're going to go ahead and meet because I want your family to come and play with you on Peter Cottontail. We're going to have a special edition. So there's that. Let's see. Who else is just wondering? Linda in from Vancouver, British Columbia. Sandy's in from northern Michigan. Diane's in from south of town. Again, here's Alameda. Chop off the city. No use for anything south of here. And Bruce, Revelstoke, British Columbia. I come from orchestra. How exciting. So good to have you. Do I know that? Revelstoke. I don't think I know where that is. Anyway, British Columbia crew is coming in. The reason they do, guys, those of you who are unsure whether this is the right thing for you, Canadians know what's going on, right? They have a proud tradition of doing things the right way except for that trucker thing. That was weird. And so if Canadians are involved, you should be involved too, right? Another BCer. Linda and Rosemary are going to change the future of ukulele in British Columbia. All right, that's enough goofiness. Let's go take a look at what we're playing today. So, Jolly Roger ukulele. Now, if you haven't figured this out, I want 100% of you to do 100% of the book 1 lessons on the site. So there should be none of you that haven't done all 30 lessons on the book 1 lesson page, okay? Because everything you're going to need to know in ukulele is in those 30 lessons. And there's nothing in there that's not important. He says, proud, hoping that that's true. So let's take a look here. I got this tuner, and let's take a look at where we're at. So today we're going to do the Make a Better Bar worksheet. Now, I tell people this all the time. When you sit down, you have several jobs, okay? One, hopefully in your house you have a chair like mine with no arms on it. Hopefully you have a music stand like I have. You can't see it. I put it here so you think I'm playing, without music. And then you should spend $2,000 on an iPad, another $150 on a page turner to go under your feet, $100 on a music stand, the good one, and and another $2,000 on a computer to broadcast to the world, and then that's all you need to do. Or you could just have a recipe, the thing they used to have at Office Depot that just holds your paper up while you're typing. They still have those. Just get one of those. They're like $12. And then your piece of paper, that's your sheet music. Unfortunately, you probably need a pretty good printer to print these out. A lot of us have thrown our printers away. I have 2 really nice printers because I print so much music. And music requires a little bit of a better printer. And then your ukulele. That's it. So when I sit down to play, put the ukulele on, strap. Hopefully you've got a strap on. Hopefully you bought the good tuner, one of the Snark chromatic all instrument tuners. I tune up. George. I have new strings. Clooney. It's apples. How often do you change your strings? If you don't play at all, you still have to change them once a year because they die. If you play several times a week, you should be changing your strings more than once a year. Okay. Also, I know I've had really fine players get up and in front of a group and play an untuned ukulele, and that tells me that they're not in the habit of checking it every single time they play. So get in that habit. The next thing I do is I want you to take that Make a Better Bar worksheet and work it. Okay, so we're going to grab it. So I don't even need to have it because I have it memorized, right? And you should have it memorized too. First fret, open. Now, if you have a baritone, you start on 5, okay, when you're playing with me. So just start on 5. When you get to 12, then go back to 1, okay? So baritones, you're going to start on 5. We don't need to do it both times, okay? Baritones on 5, ukulele's on 0, okay? Right hand is critical here. I'm going to pull up my window so I can make sure I'm demonstrating correctly. This is what's important here. Thumb, index, middle, ring. Thumb, index, middle, ring. Thumb, index, middle, ring. Okay, and I recommend that we play everything with free strokes, so you're not doing that. Rest stroke we use a lot in guitar, but not so much on ukulele. For any number of reasons. One, it's a little bit harder, right? But we also have such a limited amount of sustain in our instrument that they're a little louder if you use rest strokes, but that's not and when you're in book 1, you don't want to worry about that. You just want to have nice, long, beautiful tones coming out of there, and you want to get a super reliable right hand. Thumb, index, middle, ring, thumb, index, middle, ring. And when you come back from the top of the fretboard and go back, you're going to do ring, middle, index, thumb. Your goal here is to have no dead sounds going up or back. Get everything clean and perfect. And then when it's not perfect, be problem solving around that just a little bit. Don't lose your mind over it. But sometimes moving your bar up a little bit or down a little bit might make notes clearer. Sometimes pushing the bar forward up toward the metal fret like that sometimes helps. Sometimes setting your bar on top of the fret and then rolling it backwards helps. All of those are possible choices for you to make it a little tighter. A lot of us have knuckles that are growing because of arthritis and being old people, right? That's a normal thing. And so you will want to sort of adjust that. The next thing also is when you first start, your thumb is going to feel like you're pinching off the neck of your ukulele, right? You're just squeezing like heck. You're going to have to do some of that. But what we really want is to pay attention to the weight of your arm. I can play these without my thumb at all. The reason I do that is that I don't want to overemphasize squishing down on my thumb because it's not going to help you in the long run with great tone. It's something that we, of course, when we're really playing, but you don't need it. If you put your thumb out of the way, when that happens, what I notice right away, I'm getting better posture. My arm on my right hand is pushing the ukulele against my body, and then the weight of my elbow is pulling that down. Now, if you can play a bar all the way up to 12 and back without using your thumb, you will have arrived at the ability to play B flat without any problems. Okay? But we got to get your bar in good shape first, and that's why I only hand out 2 exercises in all of the program, I think. This one and the one you're going to work on this week. So there's only 2 exercises, right? Everything else is a song that's meant to teach you something, make you a better player. But this exercise is actually really helpful. Okay, so we're going to do it now. Baritones, you're going to start on 5. Ukulele players, you're going to start on 0. We're going to try to go perfectly steady pace all the way up and all the way back. Okay. Remember, when you get to 12, you play it just like everything else: thumb, index, middle, ring, and then immediately ring, middle, index, thumb. Okay. 1, 2. That's a little faster than that. 1, 2. Ready, go. Fret 5. Turn it around. You're on 10. It sounds cooler on baritone, by the way. But the thing you're working on, I hit a few dead notes along there, right? I'm not I'm not quitting ukulele and buying a cello, right? I am accepting the fact that some of those are dead. I want to think about what caused them to be dead. I was probably pulling my bar before I needed to, possibly sometimes not just having it on there very well. And I want to work on getting where I can go up and down with perfect tone on everyone with perfect timing. Great chance for you to get out that metronome. Click, 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 and see if you can do it. Also, you had to play with me, right? And so if you mess something up, you had to forget about it and move on to the next thing. That's a hard skill to learn as a musician. All right, so every single day, sit down at your perfectly set up station with thousands of dollars of equipment or no dollars of equipment, whatever works for you. And I would say you definitely, if you're playing at the kitchen table, many of you are right at this moment, get that thing that we used to use back in the day when you put next to the typewriter, the little plastic thing you get at Office Depot to put your sheet music on, so it's sitting up. If your music's on the table, you're going to be playing like this, and you're going to end up with a neck strain, and we don't want that. All right, so there's that. So you've learned what I think is it's the one of the only two exercises I give you because it's that important, right? It really is that important. Let's go take a peek at Kookaburra real quick. Now that's in your little booklet, okay? The strummers in the key of A. I don't know why I didn't include that link on the page, but I didn't. So let me go grab mine. So it's in the little booklet. That looks like I don't have one sitting here anywhere. I usually have those sitting everywhere. The little booklet with the four chords on the front, and it's called Strummers in the Key of A. Ukulele Book 1. Ukulele Strummers is what it's called. We're going to go do Kookaburra. Now, you don't need the sheet music because I'm going to do the singing, right? Which right now you're thinking, oh, God, here we go. But you can actually just look at my finger shapes. And you do the same finger shape unless you're on baritone. So if I'm going to do an A chord, Kookaburra, then that's that. So baritone players, you know you make your A shape like that. Okay? Like that. Then when I go to a D chord, which looks like this on ukulele, baritone players, you're doing that shape. Okay? Then we go back to A chord, A for ukulele, D for baritone, or A for baritone. Then we're eventually going to reach the F sharp minor. Now for ukulele, that's super easy. Index, middle, you're just going to add your ring finger, right? That's what's right there. Okay, baritones, you got a tough one. You got to put a little bar on and your ring finger's on the 4th fret. Okay, so that's what yours looks like. Okay, and then the only other one we have, ukulele players, yours has got bummer. E7, okay, looks like that. Okay, you're going to make that shape, and then baritone players, yours is easy, right? Yours is just one there. Okay, so a couple of thoughts. If you're on baritone, you've got to get comfy having different shapes on than the people around you if you're playing with other ukulele players. By the way, it'll make you a much better player to work on both instruments. And then if you're on ukulele and you don't want to get the book and you're on a strum along, you can just watch the leader's hands and do what they're doing. Okay? All right. We're going to do all 5 verses of Kookaburra. I apologize in advance about my singing. I'm going to do... The real reason for doing this is to change your right hand thing, right? So it doesn't matter what you're doing, but do something different for each verse. So as a review, you can do claw plucking, you can do arpeggio picking, you can do thumb strum, and you can do index strumming. Okay, I usually start with claw plucking to help me get the beat. So from the top, Kookaburra in the little book, page 10. And let me make sure nobody's like, what the heck are we doing? Let's see. Who did I miss coming in? Oh, Jacqueline's here. Okay. All right. Hi, Jacqueline. From the top. 1, 2, ready, go. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. Merry, merry king of the bushes, he laugh, Kookaburra laugh, Kookaburra gay your life must be. Change your right hand. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree, eating all the gumdrops that he can see. Stop, Kookaburra, stop, Kookaburra, leave some there for me. Change your right hand. Kookaburra sits in an old gum tree, chasing all the monkeys that he can see. Stop, Kookaburra, stop, Kookaburra, leave some there for me. Change your right hand pattern. Kookaburra sits on a rusty nail, gets a boo-boo on his tail. Cry, Kookaburra, cry, Kookaburra, tell how life can be. Lost my spot. Okay, last one. Any of those that you like. So I did all 4, I think, and I'm not even positive I did all the right verses. But anyway, I've done 4 different possible right hand ones. So now you pick the one that you think is best. If you're performing for people, remember, you want the last thing you do to be big and bold and exciting and have a definite ending. So we're right now in orchestra with the small groups I'm working on. Be bold, be brave, sing loud, start together, and finish big and together. So when I get to the "Oh, how life can be," right, I want to have something big. When you're thinking big on ukulele, you're probably thinking this strum, right? Index finger up and down. Okay, pick up and down. Okay, don't use a pick. All right, last verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kookaburra sits in the old plum tree. Merry, merry king of the bush is he. Laugh, Kookaburra, laugh, Kookaburra gay, your life must be. I just messed up my fingernail. Oh, I just pulled it right off. How exciting. Where did it go? All right, so there's that. Where did it go? Just went flying. All right, that's gonna make playing Bach more interesting. All right, Kookaburra. Okay, that's your 4 chords out of that. Of those, A, D, and E7 are coming up a whole lot. F sharp minor a little bit less, but because F sharp minor is pretty easy on ukulele, go ahead and put it in your to know group. And on baritone, it is going to come up, but not as much. Okay. All right, so this week you're on your major scales paper. You got 2 weeks to work on this, and it's, what do we call it? We call it ukulele scales in C. All right, so I'm going to go do it really quickly on both instruments. So on the C scale on ukulele is lovely. Okay, first note, use the tablature here to help you and to start you thinking about the standard notations, all half notes on here, but take a look at this paper carefully. The first 3 notes are low G ukuleles only, so if you're on low G you can play a G scale too, right? But on ukulele your lowest note is C, so that's going to be your first scale I want you to learn. 0 on that 3rd string, then use your middle finger to play the 2. Okay, next note is 0 on the 2nd string, index finger to get the 1, a 3, a 0, a 2, and 3. Now, different people have different feelings about the top note on a scale, whether you should repeat it and go down. My piano teacher was pretty passionate. You hit that top note and you immediately turn around and come back down. So now you're going to read the tablature backwards. Okay, so do it with me. 1, 2, ready, play. O, 2, O, 1, 3, O, 2, 3. Turn around. 2, O, 3, 1, O, 2, O. Okay. Again. 1, 2, ready, play. O, 2, O, 1, 3, O, 2, 3, 2, O, 3, 1, O, 2, O. Occasionally I have somebody who wants to learn to play ukulele from standard notation. I do not recommend you do that, but if you do decide, yep, something I'm doing, begin to associate. That's your middle C. And it's a real middle C, by the way. And then here's your D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, that goes up there. And then you also have a D note on 5, E note on 7, and F note on 10. Sorry, 8. F note at fret 8. Okay, G, A. Okay, so you can start if you want to learn to play from standard notation. Again, I don't recommend it on ukulele because we don't need to. All of the songs that are worth playing are going to be tabbed out anyway. I do need you to know what half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, that type of stuff is, but I don't need you to be able to read them vertically. I put that on all the sheet music now because I got a few people who are doing that, but generally speaking, this instrument should be played from tablature for the most part. Nobody's playing this as the be-all and end-all instrument. And you're going to be playing other instruments as well in addition to ukulele. And so learn that stuff on the piano. Figure out where the notes are on the piano, possibly on guitar if you're going into classical guitar, and even there I think is a question mark. And on ukulele, standard notation is important that you understand how the notes work horizontally, the time, what their values are. But in terms of playing from we just don't have a repertoire that's our own, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to really do it. I know that when they're teaching little kids in classrooms, they're doing that. The problem with that is every one of those little kids that goes on to other forms of music is going to have to relearn it on their next instrument because they're not taking ukulele in college. And so we're teaching them a skill on the wrong instrument. And but you know, music teachers have been through music school where they hammer you with how important reading standard notation is. And in this case, it's like, I don't know about that. All right, go grab if you have a baritone, very quickly, you have a little bit more work to do. Baritone. If you have a baritone, go grab it. And it's called, what is it called? It's called major scales. I gotta change the names on these things. Major scales baritone. All right. You have 3 scales that you can do pretty conveniently. So the C scale we just did, index starts on index. Okay, so the last scale in your paper starts on 1. Use your index and ring on those. 1, 3, 0, 1, 3. And importantly, and don't not do this, switch to 5th position. So again, switch with me when it goes to 5, switch positions to 5th position. Then when you come back, your 3 is going to be here. Okay, from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. You also have a D scale, and the reason you have a D is your lowest note's D, right? So now you have a lovely D scale that you can play here. Let's do that one from the top. 1, 2, ready, play. For all of you, if it says 4, you have to use your pinky. Have to use your pinky. Okay, anything bigger than 4, you're probably going to switch positions on the ukulele, but don't use your ring finger on 4s. I'm promising you that will be a problem down the road. And then you have a G. The C scale we just learned on ukulele is a G scale for you guys. So we start with this open G note. Let's do that one real quick. Ready, play. Baritone scales. You guys get 3. Ukulele, we just do 1. Point is, you can tell I'm not overly committed to scales. I just have a few people that are weirdly committed to scales, and over at school they make us do scales, and I honestly, they seem to indicate there's some reason for that, but I've yet to figure out what it is. Other than, well, we've all done it, and it's part of what we do, and so, what are you gonna do? All right, guys, end of book 1. Work on your scales this week. I will be posting Easter Bonnet and Peter Cottontail. So 2 weeks from now, you want to bring your family and you want to come and join us online for a Easter morning ukulele lesson on Peter Cottontail. Okay, we'll keep it short. Won't keep you from your family forever, but honestly, they want to do that with us as well. All right, let's go grab book 2, the Menuett Suite. Book 2. I've been teaching this here locally for the ukulele players, and it is a incredible piece of music. Hopefully you've been able to dig into it and really work on it a lot. And my computer just freaks out when I open it up. Let's see. All right. We're going to play the whole thing top to bottom. On both instruments. All right. All right. We're not going to go 120. That's your goal, is to play this so fast that people just they hire you for parties. Okay. We're going to go nice and slow so we all have a chance to at least have the outside possibility of getting it right. Okay. Oh, Jan made it in. Hey, Jan. Let's see. Lesson learned: don't lotion up your hands before playing ukulele. Yeah, those of you who don't live in the West probably don't even have this issue. Like, you're like, lotion, what is that for? But out here in the West, we have to put lotion on 17 times a day. And yeah, it all ends up on your ukulele. So wash your hands prior to playing the ukulele and then lotion up. Carol's in. Hey, Carol. Southwestern New Mexico. Okay, this is a hard piece. Okay, it gets really hard on page 4. If you miss some notes, you miss some notes. If this is going really badly for you, just jump up and play the melody line, okay? And ukulele players, when we played that on baritone, you're going to be doing some chords anyway. So probably try to play the melody line at least, and then hopefully the rest of you are on the TuffUke, okay? Okay. I'm going to try. Here's what I'm going to try to remember. I'm going to try to do the first time through with my thumb and then the second time through with my claw. Remember, we play each page twice except page 5, which we only play one time. Okay, so I'm going to start with thumb, and let's see how we do. Not fast. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Major roll of 13. Second ending. Page 2. page. Slow it down just a little bit. To the top. I'm sorry, page 4, measure 52. Totally blew it. Page 4, measure 52. 1, 2, 3. I blew it. Blew it. What did I do wrong? Let's go from 60. I think I just lost my spot on the page. I apologize. Major 60. 1, 2, 3. Top. messed up page 4 a little bit, but otherwise, that's how it goes, right? Those of you looking to become famous ukulele players, do that. Do that one. Do that one. Just do that one. Do that one. Do it, do it, do it. It's beautiful. It's legit. It's really nice. All right, how much time we got? We got 15 minutes. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the baritone version of it, but we're only going to play, we're not going to do the repeats. How about that? That'll work. All right, so grab the baritone version of this. It's the same. The pagination's messed up on the baritone version. All right, I'm going to fix that one of these days. All right, no repeats on the baritone version. Ukulele players, your job is to know these chords, okay? Just by sight. Don't. So take a minute to dig into if it's a D chord and it says this on ukulele, you do that, obviously, right? So this is a chance for you to test to see if you know the chords, okay? Baritones, ukulele players, you are on chords. Baritone, you're either on melody or TuffUke, and second endings all the way through. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. This has 2 dots on fret 10, like a crazy person put this ukulele together. All right, great. Bach. Not really Bach. That's old. There we go. Oh, hey, Jennifer. Good to see you. So, guys, again, if you're looking for a piece, a little harder to play than most people can play, but not harder for you guys to play. That's it, right? Something that's just going to really impress your friends and neighbors. Even if you only get to page 1 of that, right? They'd be like, wow. If you play that whole thing, first of all, they're not going to sit for all 9 pages of it, right? They're going to like jump up and stab you with an ice pick. But if they were patient enough to listen to you play it without repeats, it didn't take us that long, you got a nice piece of music there. All right, let's go take a look very quickly. Is it When You Wish Upon a Star? Yeah, let's go play that. So book 3, and as you guys know, book 3 is just whatever is not in book 1 and 2. How about that? That's the sophisticated level of thinking that I'm working at. Okay, let's grab the ukulele version of it. The reason you want to play this is that it's a ukulele classic. Ukulele Ike sang it in the Disney show with whatever show it was. And these days, nobody knows this song anymore. It's so crazy, but it's really beautiful and not that hard to play on ukulele. A couple of moments that are pretty challenging. The augmented chord is what? And then the minor 7th chords. But all of these chords are stuff, except for the augmented chord, all of the chords in here are chords that are going to come up in your life. And so why not put it on a piece of music like this? Ukulele version. Remember, baritones, if it's got a bunch of weird stuff after it, just play either the G, like G major, G minor. Just play your G minor and don't worry about the 7th or the augmenteds or all of that stuff. You can always get away with dropping all of those numbers and just playing the majors or minors. All right, from the top, When You Wish Upon a Star, we're going to play down to measure 8, come back to the top, play down to measure 17, come back to the top, play down to the coda, which is at the end of measure 6, and then off to the ending. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take just a minute to figure it out. You're going to bar on 8, 9, and 10. Okay, play that. Ten. To the top. Second ending. Your time, get back up to the top and go. fun. It's a fun song. It's not easy. It's also not a killer, right? So it's one of those songs where if you put some time in it, you can do it. Let's grab the baritone version of it. Ukulele players, look at how lovely your chord setup is. You've got some C's, some A's. Remember A7 right there. Okay. A chord is just these two for on ukulele. D minor. Okay, find your D. Right. D minor's there. G7, you know your G7, you know your C's. F minor, probably don't know that one. That one's this one. It's kind of crazy. Skip the diminished chords. A minor, you know that one. You know D7. Yeah. Hit the chords that you think you know. Let them ride over the rest. Okay? Baritone players, this is our moment to shine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed the ending. Go to 18. Go. That's it. Missed the second ending. Why did I miss the second ending? Because I don't have a yellow piece of highlighter at measure 7, which is a decision point, right? So do what Gary says and put some highlighter on there. All right, guys. So next 2 weeks from now, it's Easter. I will be posting not a full round of stuff, right? So, but you should take a look at if you're on ukulele. I don't have the baritone stuff posted yet, but Siúil on book 2, Shanandoah, which I don't think I posted at all yet, and River and Judea, which I haven't even written yet. So I'll be getting those up. I'll also be putting Peter Cottontail. We'll keep the Easter version of this super short, right? So we won't do all of the other stuff. We'll just do a couple of songs. I'll send you an email when I have everything posted on the website. Make sure you've signed up for emails, obviously, duh. And then tomorrow night is orchestra. Those of you guys that are new or haven't gotten involved in that yet, you should be. It will make you a much better player, much faster than any other thing that I can think of to have you do. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We got it in an hour, which is surprising. And I will see all of you either tomorrow night or in 2 weeks. Come tomorrow night, right? Join the orchestra. It's crazy and it's difficult, but it's really, really fun. It'll make you a better player. All right, let's see. Lesson comments here. I saw Carol sneak in. Jennifer was here. Red is in. Yes, Red is. I don't have my little noisemaker. We used to have a noisemaker here for every time Red walked in. Jennifer, I'm wishing on a start that we could have more online ukulele. I'm wishing on a start that we could have more online ukulele playing this summer. We're going to, Jennifer. I have right now. I have so many irons in the fire. School-wise, that all ends on May 5th. Okay, not that I'm counting the days. And then I am focused in on getting a lot more stuff posted for you guys. It's just been a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Kat, what a great Sunday morning. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks, Kat. Philip, good. Yay, orchestra, right? Jan is in. Love the Menuett. Jan, make that a thing. Happy spring to you, Jennifer. Linda, good to see you. Everybody else, thanks for being here. 15 people. That's a nice crowd today, and then who knows how many people will watch the replay. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you in a couple weeks, hopefully. Tell your family you're going to be playing Peter Cottontail for them on Easter morning, and they're going to be like, sweet, right? Okay, peace.